Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about an action drama film called Terminal Island from 1973. Enjoy your viewing. TV journalists look at footage of the island prison. 3 years ago, the death penalty for first-degree murder was commuted to exile on an island. Now criminals are sent to San Bernardino Island, known as the Prison Island. It is impossible to escape from the island because it is surrounded by minefields, and the only narrow passage for boats is controlled by the military. Journalists are preparing a new film and plan to show those who have recently been sent to the island. For example, Bobby, who participated in a $2 million robbery. Lee Phillips, who blew up a bank that refused to transfer money to her name. Eddie Collins killed a police officer. Bunny Campbell sent her parents to the next world. Joy Lang poisoned her husband. And Dr. Norman Milford is a serial killer. Also, Carmen Sims is the newest candidate for the settlement. The TV crew is pleased. They have an interesting story. Carmen is brought to the island. A policeman reads her rights and drops her off on the shore. The first thing she sees in the coastal waters are the bodies of dead prisoners. When she settles down for the night, Carmen does not notice that a man is watching her from a rock. She tries to make a fire, but fails. Then a stranger comes down to her. He offers Carmen some local tobacco, but she refuses. It is Dr. Milford. He tells her that the rest of the prisoners are nearby, and now there are about 40 people left. Carmen asks how many women there are on the island, but Milford replies that he wishes there were more. And in general, everyone on this island is a murderer except him. He is innocent. Carmen smiles in understanding. The doctor leaves, and Carmen stays on the shore for the night. In the morning, she goes to the prison camp. At this time, Bobby, who has taken over the management of the camp with his assistant Monk, comes out of his cabin. Carmen bravely enters the camp and sees many men and only 3 women. She tries to strike up a conversation with Monk, but he immediately shows her who is in charge. The new girl screams, but no one comes to her aid. Even the women hide in the hut in silence. In the evening, the campers find Carmen sleeping on their mattress. After a quarrel, she wants to leave, but no one lets her out. The women explain that they are the most valuable goods here, and they are not allowed to go anywhere. This outrages Carmen, and she decides to change the system. However, in the morning, she has to work in the field with the others, preparing the land for the future garden. After a hard day's work, Carmen asks if anyone has tried to resist Bobby and his gang. She is told that there are fugitives, but no one can guarantee that they are any better. From time to time, fights break out among the men, but Bobby and Monk calm them down firmly. During the day, the women work on the construction of the warehouse. Carmen has scraped her hands to the point of bleeding, and the doctor tries to help her, but the supervisors shoot him away. In the evening, Monk announces that all the women, except for Bunny, will work the night shift. Bunny belongs to Bobby and goes only to him. In the morning, the women distribute food to the men and see another fight break out. The deceased is simply thrown off a cliff, a local burial ceremony. In the afternoon, the women's group, guarded by several prisoners, goes to the stream to wash their clothes. There, their guards are attacked by escaped convicts who did not want to live by Bobby's rules. After killing the guards, they take the women with them. Bobby is furious and orders them to find the women. In the evening, the group of fugitives sits around the campfire, eating their prey and imagining Bobby's rage. Gradually, couples begin to form among the new acquaintances, not under duress, but out of sympathy. Only one man is left without a partner, and this annoys him. He provokes a fight, but the others quickly calm him down. There will be no anger or fights. In the morning, the group is going to move on, because every morning they change the place of their stop. The women don't like it. They don't want to run all their lives. Near a stream, Lee finds saltpeter. If you add sulfur and chalk to it, you get black powder, which can be used to make grenades. And Carmen brings a poisonous herb that can be used to make poison. Her grandmother, a big fan of magic, taught her how to do this. Bobby again orders to search every bush on the island to find the fugitives. In the morning, they are attacked by Bobby's men. A fierce battle ensues, in which some are killed. Cornell stays behind to give the others a chance to escape and gets into a fight with Monk. The others escape, but one of the men is wounded. To save him, Lee goes to get a doctor and brings him back to the camp. But unfortunately, the doctor can no longer help. In the morning, people discuss their situation. They can't run around the island anymore. They need to get rid of Bobby and his gang. Lee starts making grenades, and Carmen makes poison. They bury the dead man. The doctor decides to stay with the new group. Meanwhile, in Bobby's camp, one of the prisoners makes a simple radio, and Bobby finds the right wave. The men grind the ingredients for gunpowder under Lee's supervision. She is pleased. Everything is working out perfectly, and now the flasks contain real grenades that only need to be lit before throwing. Bonnie goes to the waterfall. She is found by Bobby's men, who hear on the radio that a boat with supplies is due to arrive in the morning. The friends rush to find Bunny and see her tied to poles on the seashore, and then Bobby starts beating her with a belt. The women are eager to help, but realize that they cannot cope with the bandits. Then Bobby notices a police boat. He and his friends hide in the rocks. The policemen are carrying boxes of supplies ashore. One of them breaks down and rushes to the aid of a wounded woman. Meanwhile, the prisoner swims to the boat, eliminates the remaining policemen, and then, taking his gun, shoots those on the shore. Having escaped from the ambush, the bandits arm themselves. Leaving one to guard the boat, the others go to the camp. The friends think about how to grab the weapons and decide that the best way is to move on the water. One of them throws himself into the ocean, swims to the boat, and shoots the guard with a snorkel. The friends have a pistol and a boat from which they drain the fuel. At that moment, the doctor sees Bunny and rushes to her aid. Back at the camp, Bobby accuses Monk of cowardice, but he defends himself, saying that too many of the right people have already died. At night, around the campfire, the doctor tells us that he was convicted of turning off the life support of a dead patient. He does not want to return to the place where everyone betrayed him. In the morning, the group goes to Bobby's camp, but it is deserted. They develop a plan of action and disperse to the designated points. The women prepare gasoline cans. When the time is right, Bunny is to pipe the gasoline into the warehouse and set it on fire. The others prepare for the attack. The first to explode is the toilet, where one of the bandits was. Panic breaks out in the camp. Nobody can understand what is happening, but Bobby and Monk open fire with the captured weapons. Cornell is killed in the shootout. Bobby fires from a warehouse. Lee grabs a grenade and runs to the bunker. An explosion occurs, but Bobby survives and eliminates the woman with a shot in the back. The wounded Monk gets to Bobby's bunker and asks him to open the door. Now the two of them shoot back. Monk is outraged that Bobby is wasting too many rounds. Man signals to Bunny, but she is confused and can't remember what she is supposed to do. She rushes to the wounded man's aid, but is shot herself. Then the doctor runs to her, hides her in a safe place, and sets fire to the gasoline in the pipes. Bobby smells the gasoline too late. There is an explosion that demolishes the bunker, from which Bobby emerges, engulfed in flames. Angry Man sees Monk and is about to shoot the enemy, but stops. As a result of the explosion, the man suffered severe burns and went blind. Everything is over. Peace and tranquility reign in the camp, and life resumes. People are engaged in farming. Even the blinded Monk is involved in work. He carries water. The doctor and Bunny go to the seashore. The police arrive and ask to see Dr. Milford. A new trial awaits him on the mainland, but the doctor replies that Milford is dead. He does not want to return, because this is his home now. A new woman comes ashore and listens to the words of welcome. Welcome to the prison island. This is one of the many films in the Women in Prison series that were popular in the 1970s, when the topic of women's struggle for their rights was extremely relevant in the United States. In these films, all the prisoners were necessarily incredibly beautiful, usually unjustly convicted. In the end, they certainly achieved justice. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy to have viewers like you. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and follow the news. Klonsak Recapped was with you. See you soon.